Okay, what I want to talk to you guys today about is persistence. Now, I look at persistence differently than everybody else. Shocker, what else is new? But, you'll hear about it all the time. Got to persist, got to push forward, got to persist. Absolutely correct. Every single day, every single day you got to push forward. Absolutely correct. Every day we got to push forward, we got to persist. In fact, I call it recommitting. We got to recommit to what we're doing every single day. We talk about it in the Power Hour every day. No doubt about that. Staying in the game. Can't win the game if we jettison and pull out of the game. No question about it, okay? But the way I look at persistence is different than most other people. Okay, a lot of times you got to persist and persist. As it relates to like selling in business, you got to keep persisting and, you got to overcome the objections and hear the no's. And listen, the way I don't view it that way. I don't view persistence being that way. I don't have to persist like that. My life is not that way. In the beginning, when I didn't know what I was doing, I had to persist like that. Run into walls, I don't know. And I'm running in the wall and trying to make a change and collecting more information and trying to figure it out and run into another wall. And, meanwhile, I'm looking at guys winning and driving nice cars and making money and living in houses. And I'm like, how is this possible? I got more heart than these guys. I know I'm smarter than these guys. How is this going on? Very simple, man. Having the right information, accurate knowledge is the key, period. Okay? You will not nearly have to persist as much if you know what the hell you're doing. Okay? First and foremost, okay, what is that? What's that noise? Oh, somebody sent me some money. Okay, first and foremost, if you know what you're doing, you don't have to persist. Seriously. Okay, I'll hang in a deal and I'll push, but it's not like persistence. Meaning like what you hear every day, the David Goggins, I ran 950,000 miles on a broken leg and I didn't eat for 42 days and I had to, walk uphill, with no shoes on. I have to persist and fight and I didn't get one single subscriber for the first 4 years I was on YouTube, and it's because you're doing it wrong. Okay, so you're like just really dumb if you're persistent like that. And I'll tell you, because there is a point of diminishing returns. There's a time value to things, man. If it took 4 years, what could you have done in that intervening 4? Okay, maybe your route had to be that you had to run into the wall 10,000 times and shovel shit against the tide. Maybe that's the case. Okay, the car starts or it doesn't start in my world. We're going to put the key in this car, this thing's going to work or it ain't going to work. That has been my experience in business. Either we're going to do something the right way or we're not. And maybe I have that perspective and kind of that altitude as I'm looking at things as a contractor. Because as a contractor, you got to put something together. So we know how to do that because we got to put many things together. There's a sequence of operations that have to be followed in order to accurately and correctly put something together. So I guess maybe my mind is already wired that way from spending my whole life in the construction business. That there is a right way of doing things and a wrong way of doing things. And I think that has given me a massive level up. I don't just persist and smash my head into the wall. I know that there is an accurate way of doing something, so I got to find that information out. And once I can get that accurate, correct information, then I can put it into play. And that thing will start working, believe me. If anybody's doing it on the planet, you can do it as well. Especially if more than one people are doing it and there's a bunch of people winning. They have a formula. Listen to me, dude. There's a recipe to success and there's a recipe and a formula that's required. It's the only way you could do things over and over again. Okay? Guy don't just walk up to the plate and just start smashing home runs. Okay? He'll make connection once or twice, but the guy who wins a home run title knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what to do. One foot in front of the other, load up on one foot, turn your hips, clear them all, whatever. I'm not a baseball guy, but you know what I'm talking about. There's a sequence. The guy knows how to swing that bat. In his mind, he's got a batting coach. He knows. So compared to the guy who doesn't know how to swing the bat, he's sitting there scratching his head. What the freak? There's good information, accurate information, and there's extremely bad information and misinformation that in this day and age is so easily passed on. And this is why you have to be incredibly careful who you're listening to. You listen to guys that have never done anything in the real world, who got rich from selling you stuff. Tons of guys out here that have businesses now and that are rich, that got money. It's because they sold you on it. They didn't do it out here where it matters, man. Okay? Unless you want to be like them and you want to be a charlatan. But if you got an actual business, you're an actual business guy, you need to learn from guys that know what they're doing. Now, once you get information like that, you stick the key in ignition, it turns on. That's why the guys in ALP, in Power Hour, in 1 week, their lives change in 1 week. Why? Because I've done $2.5 billion in construction deals. If there's anybody in the face of the earth that knows how to turn the key into ignition and pour money into contracting companies, it's me. I know exactly what needs to be said. I know exactly what you need to do. Just do it. Just shut up and do what I tell you. And when you do it, you plug in and you win. We just had a guy in out of North Carolina come into Power Hour. First 10 days in Power Hour, he did $500,000. I mean, the guy was in a massive slump. I mean, this isn't a one-off. There's 50 guys in Power Hour. All of them have stories like this. And it's because I know what to say. I know exactly what you need to do. There is a thing. Things get easier when you have the right information. When you have the right piece of the puzzle, you can put it in. You don't got to force it. Persistence isn't necessary when it slides right into place. Okay? So I'm not saying don't be persistent and don't have persistence and give up. What I'm saying is you need to evaluate what you're persisting on because you might be pushing too much in the wrong direction. You got to pivot a little bit. You're going to need some new information and data to come clear to you so you can stick the key in the ignition and the car starts. Okay? So understand, truly understand what persistence is and what it means. Okay? The fight in the dog and the ability to hang in there, hungry dog on the back of a meat truck that hasn't eaten for a week, the massive desire and the fight to keep pushing on, and wake up every morning and recommit to the deal and fight it out, that's different than persistence. Okay? I think we need to look up the definition of persistence. In fact, let's do that now. Okay, persistence is a noun, and it means firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. It also means the continued or prolonged existence of something. Okay, I like that definition for persistence. The continued or prolonged existence of something. Okay? Smashing your head into the wall because you got the wrong information and you're going to persist on doing that is not helpful to you. And this is why everybody quits, because people are looking for results and then they see other people getting results and they can't persist, and I don't blame them. Why would you persist smashing your head in the wall? You're going to lose your head. And that ain't going to help you none. What you need is the right information. I'm telling you, seek out the right information. There's something you don't know. The reason why it's not clicking is because something's missing. Your mentality is wrong. The way you're looking at it is wrong. Your angle of approach is wrong. There's some very specific data, information that you need. Once you get that and put it in the slot, it'll click. I guarantee it.